Second half action. The opening kickoff of the second half went out of bounds, and so Jones will take over at their 35, 1st and 10. Jones with a 14-0 lead. Took command of that game in the second quarter. This is the guy that had a big first half, Ronnie. Anthony Gay gets a couple of yards, 96 yards in the first half, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, what an amazing first half he had. They come back with what was working well in the first half, give the ball to Gay. Out of his 14 carries, 10 of them were for over 4 yards, 2 of them over 20 yards. He's just getting into the linebackers and secondary quicker than they can stop him and shut those lanes. He's had a phenomenal first half.
And he might have 100 yards after a pickup of 4 there, 2nd and 6. Here is the fumble. If Oak Ridge gets this, this will be a huge turnover for them.
Oak Ridge needs a positive play to start this second half. Just holding Gay to a no gain might be that sort of positive play.
Oh, I thought they had the ball, but Jones retains possession. Wow.
Yeah, Big Joe Joseph down there fighting with Anthony Gay. Now, Joseph's 6'4", 270. Gay is 5'8", 175, so that's a pretty rough battle there. Gay's lucky to come away with all his limbs still attached in there, I think.
Well, we talked about the way he was carrying the ball in the first half. Here is Morris to throw. It is incomplete. Trying to hit his tight end. Incomplete. Akins, number 82, was the intended receiver.
And as that play developed, Morris had a wide receiver break free of the coverage and streak down the sideline wide open. Just don't know if he saw him or has enough arm to hang one down there that deep. But that could have been a disastrous start for Oak Ridge had Morris seen the wide open receiver.
So Oak Ridge stops Jones. The Tigers with the lead and the ball to start the second half, but it doesn't do them any good as Jones has to punt the ball away.
And they're going to get it back on a roughing.
Flag is down. The ball is Demetrius Cox. Did he?
There we take a look at some of the numbers from the first half. All fairly even. The rushing yards are fairly even. The passing yards have been the difference here. Jones completing that crazy 4th down pass where the punter threw it. Really setting up their first score has been the difference. Oak Ridge started with miserable field position the whole game. Their average starting spot on their own 28, and that's including a touchback where they were able to start on the 20. It would have been much worse.
Jones, meanwhile, has started on average on the Oak Ridge 40-yard line. So field position certainly has been a big factor in this game.
Yeah, we take another look at that punt. We'll see the roughing penalty. You'll see Charles Brown. Oh, I'm sorry, Charles. Please don't get mad at me.
Running into the kicker on the defense at the 5-yard penalty. It'll be 4th down again.
Well, they're very fortunate that wasn't a roughing penalty.
Yeah.
Instead, a running into, which was a good call because it didn't look like he was trying to hold up there.
He was, but for Charles Mervin, he's 307 pounds. Trying to hold up just isn't in the vocabulary. He's going full speed one way or the other. This is tremendous for Jones, though. It gives them 4th and 1.
They're not going to go for it.
Yeah, there's a chance they ran the offense on. They ran the offense off. They'll let Thomas try one of these other crazy punt plays that he's got down so good.
Thomas has been a key performer in this game tonight. He made the saving tackle on that Demetrius Cox kickoff return that could have been a touchdown for Oak Ridge.
Could very easily be a 14-7 ball game right now.
Game, the proper equipment on the offense.
Somebody didn't have a mouthpiece in, maybe.
Somebody without a mouthpiece or without their chin strap buckled up.
Game, improper equipment on the defense. 5-yard penalty, replay 4th down.
But yeah, Thomas with the 2 big plays, the 1 pass on 4th down and the 1 saving tackle on the kickoff.
Demetrius Cox just itching to make another big play. He's back deep. There's the punt.
There's another roughing penalty.
Oh, man, what is going on, huh? Here's Cox. Boy, he got hit by almost everybody on that kick team before they finally run him down. Look at that.
Everybody except Thomas got in on that tackle because Thomas was back with the referee trying to figure out where they're going to spot this one.
Another Jeff Wenstrom's got to be beside himself.
Yeah, we'll take another look at it here, and you see Thomas just get bumped at right after the ball's clear. Really no reason for that bump at all. It was a bad angle to even be taken to try and block the kick. Thomas does a great job of selling it. You'd think he'd been shot there with a rifle or something. He went down.
You know, they keep doing this, and Berto is going to try to go for it.
I think, yeah, they're convincing him right now in the mismatch here.
Go for it.
They're signaling that this penalty should make it a first down. That 5-yard penalty should.
Running into the kicker on the defense. 5-yard penalty, 4th down and 1.
Ha!
I think Berto is trying to convince them that should be a 6 or a 7-yard penalty in there.
Well, let's see if, you know, they may try to draw Oak Ridge off sides. We've seen them, the movement on the defensive line in the first half.
Now there seems to be a mix-up on the punt team, having one man short. Now they've been on and off the field so many times here, they're getting mixed up on who should be there.
Now Thomas had trouble with the snap, got the ball, then kicks it, and it's going to be down as Cox stays away from it.
The good thing is Thomas stayed up on his feet after that kick. Had to field a bad one. He had 2 great punts on the times he got knocked down. The one time he's up on his feet, still works out well because Cox had no return on it. They got an excellent roll and good downfield coverage by Jones.
That roll made it a 35-yard punt for Richard Thomas.
Yeah, we'll take a look at it here, and that one just sort of slips right out of his hand. He's able to get it because probably the Oak Ridge guys are a bit gun-shy at this point of getting in there.
He almost got hit again.
He almost got dropped again. Had he not probably had to take the extra step, he might have got leveled that time.
Of course, I think he was open season, wasn't he?
Yeah, at that point, once you start moving around, you're fair game.
Well, Oak Ridge really gained a lot of yards, but had nothing to show for it in the first half, and here's Cabrera. Oh, I think he
lost
it
the
up.
handle on that one, but got tackled right on top of the ball, so a lucky break for them to get that one back instantly. We can take another look at it here, and you'll see Cabrera sort of jittering a little bit, and then he snaps it in, tries to get upfield. Somebody gets a hand in, and he falls right on top of the ball as he's going down. So, lucky break for them right there.
Quick reflexes by Edwin Cabrera to pull that ball back in. That could have been a disaster. These Jones Tigers have really played this Oak Ridge offense tough, even though they're outmanned as far as weight, 291 to 177.
Just a great job with the speed of their defense. Done an excellent job of neutralizing that size that Oak Ridge brings.
2nd and 7, they run Antonio Battle. Harry Rucker.
Harry Rucker not being pulled
Number
up
35
by that
right
fullback dive right there. Sentinel Super 6. Both of these teams might be in there next year because they've got a lot of juniors and sophomores. But Evans, Apopka, we're going to see both of them next week. What a matchup that's going to be.
New Smyrna Beach playing Bradenton Manatee, one of the great programs tonight. Here is a pitch out to Cox. He can't turn the corner. That was Star Davis leading the charge.
Tremendous job of pursuit from Star Davis, and Walter Lamar doing a great job of penetrating right up the middle, forcing Cabrera to kick it out sooner than he wanted, enabling the defense to string that play on a little bit farther.
Brian Murphy also came up to make the hit on Demetrius Cox, who was shaken up just a bit. Here's the play again.
Yeah, you'll see Cabrera, you'll see Walter Lamar right in there forcing that ball outside. There's Rucker chasing it, and then Starr just with tremendous speed. Oh, and the cornerback Brian Murphy doing an excellent job too. Both just kind of flying out of bounds there.
They're just not letting him turn the corner. So Oak Ridge is stumped again. They'll have to punt it away with Wayne Hantz. High snap. Jones gets in, but they do not block it. It's a high kick. And Hantz gets a roll, gets a nice roll to the 35 or just shy of it as they get the ball away, keep it away from Cantrell Rogers, a 36-yard punt.
Yeah, if I were Hantz, I wouldn't want to be back there kicking at all. Every time Jones has managed to break through and get in there and nearly block that one, he has his luck just getting the ball off at this point. Not a great kick, gets a great roll. Once again, Jones starting with fairly decent field position. They're not pinned back deep, but they're not starting with that great field position they had in the first half.
They started on average at the Oak Ridge 40-yard line. Just great field position that really was a big difference in that first half for the Tigers. With 8:12 to go here in the third quarter, first down. This is Gay, and he is really bottled up, has nowhere to go. That could be a loss on the play.
Yeah, he just sort of ran in there and was trying to hide behind his offensive line, hoping something would pop open there. And one of the big Jones tackles came around the outside and just leveled him.
Kenny Guest was the man on the tackle for Oak Ridge. Bernard Morris, 6'3", 185. You can see over that line with that height. Just the junior brings up the Tigers, and you could see why they gave Evans a tough time last week. 2nd and 10 and movement. A Jones lineman moved. Number 72 moved. I think Raphael Sanders is playing in the place of Sean Priester, who went out, and Ronnie, he is on crutches on the sideline.
False start on the offense. 5-yard penalty, replay, 2nd down.
Yeah, that's that left guard spot. Sticking a new man in there. Priester, who's a senior, brings a lot of leadership to that offensive line. He's out on crutches after having his back rolled up on. Hopefully he's all right. Hopefully it's just precautionary, but he's still on the sideline cheering his team on, making sure everybody's doing what they need to do to win.
Here is Morris in trouble. Sacked back at the 15-yard line. They finally got to him as Tony Nelson blitzed in and made the sack on Bernard Morris.
Major Tony Nelson, just good speed getting upfield. Moffitt trying to go with the play-action pass. They're coming out in some different formations here to try and free up probably Cantel Rogers. And Nelson just reading that exactly, getting back in there. Moffitt with nowhere to really go. A good open field tackle.
Big play by Tony Nelson. That was a 14-yard loss. Back to the Jones 16. They have to get to their 46 for a first down, so nearly 30 yards. On 3rd down, Morris throws. Pass will be incomplete down the middle of the field. He tried to hit Cantrell Rogers.
And they had a good play called there. Morris just let it go a little bit high. They had Cantrell Rogers breaking on about 12 to 20 post. Doing a good job running a nice route. Ball got away from him a little bit. They're starting to get away from the offense that they had success with, coming out with a couple different formations in there. That time was just a regular split back. The play before with setting Cantrell into a twins formation. Starting to get away with what was working.
All right, it looks like Cox gets another chance here to return the punt, and he's going to come up and get it. He bobbled the ball, though, will have to fall on it. Boy, just too anticipated that run back and maybe took his eye off the ball a little bit.
Got to be a little bit frustrating for Cox right now. Trying to make a field like that. His ball's a low punt. He's trying to make something happen and just loses the handle on it. The good thing is that no one got near Thomas on that punt. He was able to get it off cleanly.
All right, Oak Ridge will take over 1st and 10 with 6:13 to go here in the 3rd quarter. 14-0. That was our halftime score. The Oak Ridge defense doing its job, Ronnie. Now it's the offense that needs to come up. And the handoff goes to Rashad Smith. He's going to be hit at the 50 and wrapped up.
Coming out, changing up a few things in the offense here. They've gone to more of a wing back instead of that 3rd wide receiver. Hopefully they're going to start optioning off of that as well. It looks like we have another injury down on the field. Some of these big guys just starting to wear out some of the littler Jones guys, I think.
There's Sean Priester, who we saw that terrible injury he suffered in the first half where his knee got bent back, or got his leg bent backward. He is on the bench. There you see the right leg. And there's another Jones player now. I think he just has cramps, though, as you see the trainers attending to him.